Throughout the course of his 20 seasons with the Los Angeles Lakers, Kobe Bryant had earned a reputation as one of the greatest players of all time. He was one of the most lethal scorers in NBA history, where he averaged 25 points per game over his long and successful career. He also contributed hugely at the team level, leading his Lakers squads to an impressive 5 championship wins. There's no denying that Kobe possessed an elite level of talent. However, none of this would have ever happened without the dedication and hard work he put into his craft throughout his entire life, basically. Because of this reason, I would like to celebrate the life and legacy of Kobe Bryant by showing his dedication to the game of basketball, as well as his emphasis on family time. He was a caring father, an outstanding basketball player, and a devoted teammate. His unwavering optimism inspired many to work towards their goals. And, to put it simply, he proved to be a great role model for our generation. What is up, guys? My name is Dragan, and in today's video, I'll show you a day in the life of NBA legend Kobe Bryant. Before we get started, just make sure to subscribe and click on the bell next to the subscribe button so that you never miss new videos like this coming out every single weekend. So, to start off the day, let me tell you a story about how Kobe Bryant's days began. And trust me, it's quite shocking to say the least. Back in 2012, Bryant was selected as a member of Team USA, and during this time, one of the athletic trainers for Team USA, a man named Robert, was working with Kobe to prepare for the Olympics. He described his first experience with Kobe and revealed one of the reasons as to why he was so successful at his craft. I was invited to Las Vegas to help Team USA with their conditioning before they headed off to London, and the night before the first scrimmage, I had just watched Casablanca for the first time, and it was around 3:30 a.m. A few minutes later, I was in bed, slowly fading away, when I heard my phone ring. It was Kobe. I nervously picked up. "Hey, Rob, I hope I'm not disturbing anything, right?" No? What's up, Kobe?" "Just wondering if you could help me out with some conditioning work, that's all." I checked my clock, 4:15 a.m. "Yeah, sure. I'll see you in the facility in a bit." It took me about 20 minutes to get my gear and get out of the hotel. When I arrived and opened the room to the main practice floor, I saw Kobe, alone. He was drenched in sweat as if he had just taken a swim. It wasn't even 5 a.m. We did some conditioning work for the next hour and 15 minutes. Then, we entered the weight room where he would do a bunch of strength training exercises for the next 45 minutes. After that, we parted ways. He went to the practice floor to shoot. I went back to the hotel and crashed. Wow. I was expected to be at the floor again at about 11 a.m. I woke up feeling sleepy, drowsy, and pretty much every side effect of sleep deprivation. I had a bagel and headed to the practice facility. This next part I remember very vividly. All of the Team USA players were there. LeBron was talking to Carmelo and his coach, and he was trying to explain something to KD. On the right side of the practice facility, Kobe was by himself shooting jumpers. I went over to him, patted him on the back, and said, "Good work this morning." "Huh? Like the conditioning. Good work." "Oh, yeah, thanks, Rob. I really appreciate it." "So, when did you finish?" "Finish what?" "Getting your shots up." "What time did you leave the facility?" "Oh, just now. I wanted 800 makes. So, yeah, just now." For those of you keeping track at home, Kobe Bryant started his conditioning work at around 4:30 a.m., continued to run and sprint until 6 a.m., lifted weights from 6 to 7 a.m., and finally proceeded to make 800 jump shots between 7 and 11 a.m. Oh yeah, and then Team USA had practice as well. After this grueling work, Kobe would stretch to recover the sore muscles, chug a protein shake to refuel, and then ice his legs and shoulders. Then he would have breakfast, more notably an egg omelette with oatmeal and some fruits, whilst having a cup of green tea. After his breakfast, Kobe took some time to relax back in his crib, reading a book where his favorites were The Alchemist, The Tipping Point, and Blink by Malcolm Gladwell. After he took the time to read a book, he would spend some quality time with his kids and his wife, Vanessa. Then, it was time to work again. A typical non-game day had Brian doing some cardio training on the treadmill, just to keep my legs going, and hitting the weights 3 to 4 times a week, working on strength-building exercises like deadlifts, squats, lunges, upper body presses, rows, and chin-ups. Tim Grover, who was the strength and conditioning coach for both Bryant and Jordan, explained how the two legends approached their training. Grover told GQ, "One of the biggest differences between the two is Michael always knew when it was enough, and he would listen to you. If you said, 'That's it,' then that's it. With Kobe, to him, that's it meant that it's for that moment, but 3 hours later, he could start back up again." After this usual workout, he would continue to play some scrimmages with his teammates, where he was always tough and would constantly have some trash talk with them, because he wanted to make them work harder than they did yesterday. After that, he followed pretty much the same routine as in the morning, where he would stretch, ice, and drink a protein shake. For lunch, he usually had bone broth with some vegetables. And when it comes to his diet, he began to take his nutrition much more seriously later on in his career. That meant cutting out sugar cookies, Sour Patch Kids, and his famous pre-game meal, which was pepperoni pizza and grape soda, and adding in a lot of lean meat, fish, and vegetables. However, the low-sugar bottle of chocolate milk for his post-game meal stayed. Kobe told ESPN, "What I've done really is just train really hard and watch my diet. I think that's the thing that catches guys most. They don't do self-assessing. They feel like they can go out there and do some of the things that they did when they were younger and eat some of the things that they've been eating and not accept the fact that what you eat has an impact." After having this meal, it's basically the same routine as previously. Read some books, have some quality family time, and then again, off to work. Kobe Bryant's pre-game routine was quite crazy, as he typically began working beneath the rim, making 15 to 20 shots with each hand just to get loose, to gain a rhythm and a feel for the ball going through the net. He then moved to mid-range and shoot from about 15 feet along each baseline, at each wing, at the free throw, making 15 to 20 shots at each spot. He'd then sink some free throws. Then, Bryant would move beyond the arc, shooting three-pointers from each corner, each wing, and the top of the key, making between 10 and 20 shots at each spot. Bryant would then move back inside the arc, shoot more free throws, and begin working closer to the basket. From there, Bryant works on a wide array of shots. The same moves that we see him do within the game. I can't tell you how many times he's practiced that exact same move. Pump fake, jab, pump fake, jab, crossover, one dribble pull-up. In the last 5 years, it's been outstanding. It's been thousands of times, said Outlaw, one of Kobe Bryant's conditioning trainers. Outlaw added, "Everything that he does within the course of the game when he has the ball is the same thing you see him do within his workouts, and he's meticulous about it. The shot fake, the jab, bouncing the ball, elongating that foot, putting the ball out in front, bringing the other one with him. He's overemphasizing everything that he does so that when he gets in the game, it's second nature to him." Bryant's pregame shooting routine lasted about 20 to 30 minutes, during which he would make around 250 shots before leaving the court, drenched in sweat. Afterwards, the game begins, as he would play his heart out on the court, and win or lose, he would ice his knees and shoulders, stretch, take a shower, and drink a protein shake before heading back home, or sometimes on the court, but that depended on the day. So let's assume that on this day he came back home, where he would have dinner with his family, where he usually ate quinoa with some vegetables and fish. After that, he would again spend some time with his loved ones, and after relaxing a bit, he would go to bed at around 12 a.m. What was unusual about Kobe was the amount of sleep he got. According to Bryant himself, he could operate at peak capacity on as little as 3 to 4 hours of sleep per night. What was really impressive was that it wasn't an every once in a while kind of thing. It was Bryant's nightly amount of sleep for practically his entire life. Even after his retirement, Bryant continued to stick to a strict sleep schedule. That said, he did permit 1 extra hour of sleep for a grand total of only 5 hours a night. So, what surprised you the most about Kobe's day-to-day life? Be sure to let me know down in the comments. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this one, I have made other NBA players' daily lives, such as LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo. If you want to, you can check them out. And make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and that's it. See you.